Good morning, Yankees Nation. This is Ken, and you're here with the ugly truth. Uh, Today is our normal 10 o'clock Thursday show, and going to be talking about the upcoming series with the Yankees going down to Tampa to face the Rays. Yankees are coming off of a pretty solid performance against the Royals, taking 3 out of 3. Did not look overmatched, and the Yankees showed that they were capable of coming back when down. Pitching has gotten better. Starting pitching has gotten better. Got to see our first glimpse of Clark Schmidt yesterday. Went 5 1/3 for his first showing of the season, and pitched pretty all right. Did more than I anticipated. I didn't figure he was going to make more than 4 1/3, and did a solid job. Got a couple of viewers in here. I'd like to give a shout out to Stephen B and FJ. Thanks for joining. Appreciate the support on the live stream. And I guess we're going to hop right into it. Morning, Real Bill. See you hopping in too. Going to start with our matchups. We have a 4-game set down to Tampa starting this evening at 7:05. We're going to see Will Warren on the bump for the Yankees versus Taz Bradley. Game 2, we're going to have Carlos Rodon matching up with Drew Rasmussen. Game 3 is going to be Carlos Carrasco against Shane Baz. And the final game of the series will feature Max Fried locking up with Ryan Pepiot. So staff numbers look pretty good for the Rays, although they haven't been scoring a lot of runs this season. Understood. See that John the Beagle Dad has hopped in. Welcome, brother. Appreciate you joining the stream. The Rays over the last or their record. I see Jonathan here. I'll bring him up. Hey, Jonathan, welcome. Glad to see you this morning.
Good to see you. I have a few minutes like always.
All right.
So, yeah, the game yesterday was. Let me try to remember the recap of it, but it was a close game, and the one person that surprised me the most was Cruz. I was very happy what I saw from Cruz yesterday. It gave me a lot of optimism with his potential.
Well, there was a reason that we traded for him.
Yeah.
We ended up shifting Trevino to the Reds and ended up picking him and a catcher up. And
turned out to be a good trade for the Yankees.
His strikeout numbers are all that they promised to be. He's been fantastic. Personally, I was very concerned during spring training because it seemed like every time he got on the bump, he gave up a bomb.
Well, the one thing
pretty regular.
The one thing yesterday showed me is Cruz could be another person that could close in case Weaver gets overworked throughout the year. If Weaver pitches 2 days in a row and you need another day, another closer like yesterday, you have a guy like Cruz who could step up in that situation. Are you frozen? I think you're a little frozen.
All right.
Would you come in the house a second?
Are you back?
I'm here.
Sorry, I had a little glitch there.
Yeah.
You were talking about Cruz when it started acting up.
Yeah, I said I think Cruz could be a potential replacement closer on days that Weaver is overworked. If Weaver has to go two innings one day to close out a game and then unavailable for the next day, I think Cruz could potentially be a
Man, this
secondary closer.
internet is driving.
Have you checked your
Crazy
Wi-Fi
today.
in your house to see if the Wi-Fi is good? Or maybe the router is too far from your computer? Well, I guess I have the stream to myself now. Put some comments in the chat. Maybe I can read them. No one wants to comment today. Is today a travel day? No. Today they are playing on Prime at 7:05 against the Rays. So they're playing in Tampa in the spring training stadium, but they are the away team. Yes, Dominguez. Dominguez has. I like what I see from Dominguez in left field. I think he has. He just needed a little bit of time. If he plays every day, I think Dominguez will give you the production everyone was expecting from him. You can't give up on a 21-year-old kid.
All right, I'm back.
Yeah, you look better. I'm just answering some questions that I saw in the what I mentioned earlier from the chat is the Yankees are in Tampa today, but again they're playing in their spring training field.
Yep, indeed we are. Except we're going to be going to the visitors' dugout this time.
Yes. So the question is, who has home field advantage?
Well, that is an interesting question. They've front loaded Tampa's schedule where they played a lot of games there at Steinbrenner Field. I guess because later with the rainy season happening, they're trying to front load the home schedule.
Yes.
So during the dog days,
that makes sense with an open stadium. It's much. I mean, it's much harder to play in a rainy climate during the summer.
indeed it is. Want to give a shout out. See that Dev Finch has hopped on. Shout out to Joe from the New York Yankees Mania. Appreciate y'all showing up and supporting the channel. Thank you very much.
And Joe, if Joe can hop onto the open panel, that would be a good help.
Yeah. Well, we'll give him a shot. Perhaps if he feels like coming up later.
Yeah, he has a lot of interesting things to say in terms of Yankees.
All right. Yep, indeed he does. A lot of knowledge there. The Rays this season, they're currently 8-10 and fourth in the AL East. In the last 10 games, the Rays are 4-6. They are currently on a 2-game losing streak. They have an 8-7 record at home and 0-3 on the road. In the 6 series that the Rays have played this season, they are locked up at 3-3. They have series victories against the Rockies, not a great team, against the Pirates, also not a great team, and against the Braves, who aren't playing well either. All under 500 teams. Their series losses are to the Rangers, good team, Angels, and the Red Sox. So, and their last series was with the Red Sox. They ended up losing 2 out of 3 to them. Yeah, although the one game they did win, they beat the crap out of the Sox 16-1.
Yeah, the Sox could this year be a very back and forth team. One day they're very good, and one day they can't hit the ball.
Well, last year the Red Sox had issues scoring runs. They lost some key players like O'Neill, brought in Bregman. Doesn't seem to have really alleviated the problem. Plus, the unhappy Rafael Devers there being shifted from third base to the DH slot hasn't made him happy, and his performance hasn't really been that good this year. I think their pitching is top flight, and they're going to have issues this season scoring runs like they did last season.
Yeah. Well, what do you expect from Will Warren today?
Well, he's going to be pitching in a warmer environment. Will Warren is capable of throwing a quality start, as we saw in his last outing. He ended up getting his first major league win, pitched some distance for us, and I want to say he had 7 strikeouts in that game. So the Rays, I tend to think, are going to have problems with the way that Warren throws.
Warren went 5 innings, 2 runs, 2 hits, 6 strikeouts.
Okay. The Rays don't have a history against him. He's never faced him. I mean, he had limited starts last year, and this is our first.
He might be a little bit frozen again, but again, I hope you get your internet fixed. I can only spare about 10 minutes, so I'll have to be hopping off soon. Anyway, have a good chat, everybody. I'll see you next time.
Hey, we're back. It's like freaking magic.
Oh yeah, I was telling you, I have to get going. I could only spare about 10 minutes today.
I appreciate it.
I'll see you next time you have an open panel, if I can get them on.
All right, I appreciate you being here, Jonathan.
I don't know. Are you doing it tomorrow? Are you doing a panel tomorrow morning because it's a holiday?
Friday.
Friday.
No, generally I don't hop on Friday unless we have a series preview, but we're taking care of that today since our series starts today.
Yeah, because I'm off from work tomorrow, so I have more time if you did. But if not, no big deal. Anyway, I'll talk to you next time.
All right. Appreciate it, Jonathan. And we see Sean Browning here in the background, so we're going to bring him up, add him to the stage. I see that Mario has hopped in. Welcome, brother. Appreciate you, Sean, and seeing you hopped in too, Sean. So thanks for coming and thanks for hopping up.
Yeah.
Are you there?
Just got home from work not too long ago, but I got some time before I can.
All right. Well, I appreciate you taking the time. I saw your post that you were heading to work last night, and appreciate you taking the time. Uh, our New York Yankees are 11-7 on the season. We're first place in the AL East. In our last 10 games, we're at a 5-5 split. Yankees are currently on a 3-game winning streak. Uh, our home record is 8-4, and our road record is 3-3. Hopefully, to improve. In the 6 series that we played this season, as everyone knows, we had victories over the Brewers, the Pirates, and the Royals. We had series losses to the Diamondbacks, Tigers, and Giants. Uh, Hopefully, our road record improves. I think that we're certainly capable of doing that. The Yankees have what I would consider a home field advantage going down to George M. Steinbrenner Field, uh, our spring training facility. If we look at pitcher matchups, going tonight is Will Warren, who is 1-0 on the season. He is holding a 5.14 ERA, and he's got 15 strikeouts. Warren features 5 pitches, basically a four-seam fastball running about 92, 93 miles an hour, a sweeper that is right at 82, a sinker, a change, and a curve. Warren tends to pitch in the upper quadrants of the strike zone and relies on movement to keep bats off his pitches. His pluses are he has a good breaking ball run rate, i.e., a lot of movement, especially in warm weather. He's got good extension, which makes his fastball tick a couple miles faster than they actually are to the hitter. His strikeout rate is up and his whiff rate is up. It's consistent with his style of pitching. The
Right.
negatives he has is when he doesn't have movement, it's a high barrel rate, high hard hit rate, and high exit rate. And he doesn't have a great chase rate also. The pitcher that he's going to be matching up with tonight is Taj Bradley. Taj Bradley is 2-0 on the season. He has 21 strikeouts, and let me see what his ERA is. His ERA is a 3.71, so not bad at all. As I said earlier, we don't have a lot of history with him. I think most people that have played him only have 3 at bats at the most. The pluses for him is he has good pitch run value and high off speed run value. His featured pitches are four-seam fastball running at 97 miles an hour, a cutter, splitter, and a curve. He tends to be a high-low pitcher. His attributes also good as he has a high strikeout rate and a low hard hit rate. The negatives, when he gives up hits, they're not ground balls. So we have the potential to put the ball out of the park on him. Go ahead, Sean.
Yeah, no, sorry, I'm fighting that tightness. But I was gonna say the one thing with Warren that I've noticed, and I mean it's true with a lot of pitchers, you get over reliant on a single pitch, and with him it's that sweeper. And the problem, I say it is a problem, when he throws like 3 or 4 sweepers in a single at bat against the hitter, and one of them misses, it's gonna get barreled like crazy. Because I noticed, in a few times I've seen him pitch, and it's just. But if he can just balance, use his different all his different pitches and mix up the frequencies and sequence of pitches to keep the batters off balance, I think he can do good. Because the Rays still have Yandy Diaz, and Yandy Diaz, he's a good hitter, and he's not a guy you want to make a mistake to.
They've actually got several good hitters on that team.
Right.
Yandy Diaz, he happens to be his batting average this season is only a 230, but he is currently the Ray that's on a 6-game hitting streak. Let me see. In 25 at bats, he scored 6 runs, has 9 hits, hit 2 home runs, has 4 RBIs, and he's hitting at a 400 clip. So his batting average is heading up, and he's one to keep an eye on as far as being a dangerous hitter.
Mm-hmm.
His numbers don't reflect it, but like I said, he's on a streak, and the quality bat that he is for the Rays.
Right. And he's a guy you want to keep in the yard. I mean, if he gets a hit off us during his hot streak, that's fine. But if we can't keep him in the yard, and then we get away from our game on offense, it's going to be a nightmare.
The Rays have basically a new team from when we faced them over the last couple of seasons. They've traded a lot of their key players, Isaac Paredes. They're still
they traded Rosarena.
Yep. So they have some people that really beat up on the Yankees that aren't here. They're on different squads. And
I think Choi is gone too.
Yeah.
Kimchi, what's his name? G-Man Choi, Yankee kid.
Yeah, he's not on their squad. He was former Yankee who tended to hurt us a lot. But it seems like every Yankee player that faces us, ex-Yankee player, tends to dent our grill a little bit.
Oh yeah, I mean
Ben Vortvit being one of them that's on their squad this season. Last year when we locked up, he hurt us.
He did, and I mean the Rays do historically, play us hard, even when we have routed them in games past and years past. They've still found ways to just play us hard.
Yeah, the team, it doesn't matter what their record is. They've played historically the Yankees very tough.
Oh yeah,
they were the nightmare team for us every time we faced them, especially in Tampa at the Trop. They tended to ring our bells quite a few times.
Yep. Everybody hates the Trop, except the Rays.
Yeah. For game 2, we have Carlos Rodon facing up with Drew Rasmussen. Rodon this season is 1-3, 5.48 ERA with 28 strikeouts. He's a 5-pitch pitcher, throws a 4-seam fastball, ballpark 93, 94 miles an hour, slider, changer, change, sinker, and a curve. For Rodon, the good things that he has a high fastball run rate, he has a high strikeout rate, and high whiff rate. He actually has a pretty decent ground ball rate too, and the opposing team batting average is very low. They're hitting 189 against him. Unfortunately, with Rodon, when they hit him, it usually leaves the damn park. In his last 36 games, he's given up 36 home runs. Not an impressive stat.
Right.
The big negative for Rodon is he tends to walk quite a few people, and those free runners that we have tend to score on us a lot. I think that Rodon personally has pitched better than what his record actually indicates and his numbers indicate. If you look at the games that he's pitched in, he hasn't had any run support, and when we have, he's thrown like the last game that he lost. He had 2 bad pitches that totaled 4 runs, both of them home runs, a solo home run, and a 3-run home run.
And
game before that, he should have had a strikeout to end the inning, got pissed, gave up the long ball. Another, I think that was a 3-run homer too.
Right. Yeah, I mean, and then like I said, against the Giants, he pitched really well. And then let's say that second homer to Jung Ho Lee, that Jung Ho Lee hit off him. Let's say if you change the 2 previous bats before him, like instead of the walk, we got the strikeout or a pop out, it would have tied. Or if let's say Volpe would have fielded that cleanly, the single off the rookie got off. But that was kind of a hard ball because it had like a weird bounce, but yeah. I mean, and then like all of Rodon's starts. I mean, the first game the Yankees teed off of Nestor Cortez, scored 20 runs or something like that, or 15.
Actually, he was in the first game that we won 4-2.
Yeah. Okay.
He was our opening day
42,
starter.
and then the next 2 were routes, right?
Yeah.
I thought we went. Yeah.
Bringing up, well, he was one that faced off against the reigning Cy Young Award winner, Tarek Skubal. I mean, he's faced off against quality pitchers. I see Joe in the background. I'm going to bring him up from Yankee Mania. Hey, Joe. Welcome, brother.
Morning, guys. How are you?
Doing all right.
Not bad.
Yeah.
How about yourself?
Hope you guys doing well. Shout out to everyone on the chat. I'm glad everybody's here. Ken, thank you for having me. And so what's going on? What's the big news right now? Anything going on?
Well, we're doing a review or a preview of this coming series against the Rays. Currently talking about Rodon. Brought up a statement from Mario. Stroman and Rodon make me pray every time they pitch, and that's not an uncommon sentiment across the board.
No.
Like I was saying, I don't think Rodon's numbers actually reflect the type of pitcher that he is. He's had good starts. He's locking up against number ones. The Yankees, frankly, haven't given him a lot of run support.
No, they haven't.
Right. And then Rodon, he's always going to be prone to giving like 1 or 2 mistakes a game. And he's a fly ball pitcher. Just like he reminds me a lot of David Wells, not just because of size and he's a lefty and fly ball pitcher. But what I was gonna say is Rodon is giving us length every start so far. He's gotten us into the 6th or even into the 7th. So I mean, the problem is like you were saying, he gets little to no run support, and then when he does give up a mistake, or they tee off on it and he leaves the yard, and like I said, it's either a solo shot or it's a 3-run homer or a 2-run homer because of the walks, or a couple little bloop singles.
Well, Yeah, I agree. I agree with that, guys. But the thing with Rodon that really drives us all crazy is one bad call or one bad pitch. He never seems to calm down and then go about what he was doing right. He's always thinking with the glass half empty instead of half full. And a number one, number two starter should not be doing that. And especially he should know he should have a little bit more patience. He's making a whole hell of a lot of money at this point, and he can't explode like that. I mean, he could look so dominant, and then it's one pitch, and the whole game changes. And I think, and that reflects to the club too. They're going, oh no, here we go. Now we're going to have a big problem in this inning. And he really needs to,
Yeah.
quote unquote, grow up and pitch to the situation. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but I'm very strong on that issue.
Well, I'm going to tell you, uh, Rodon started out as a Chicago White Sox, generally not a great hitter's park.
Hmm.
And when he went to San Francisco, also a bad hitter's park. Both pitchers' parks that he threw in. Uh, the Bronx is not that stadium. He in Chicago and San Francisco, he could give those uh, hard hit balls up in the air, especially to right field, and they're not leaving the stadium. But in Yankee Stadium, they damn sure are, especially with our short porch. Uh,
Yeah.
the other thing that Rodon historically had was basically two pitches. Rodon relies heavily on his fastball, and he was counting on velo to uh, strike batters out. And his secondary pitch was a slider. Over the last year or so, Rodon has incorporated a sinker and a changeup to uh, cause his game to and a curve to give a different aspect and look. Uh,
Oh yeah.
when he locked
Because I
up
mean,
against the Diamondbacks, he started the game. He had basically a bad inning and a third, uh, where he didn't have any feel for any of his pitches, but he managed to get us to the sixth inning, got uh, 12 consecutive outs, and contained a very, very good Arizona Diamondbacks offense. We did get him. We didn't get while he was in. We didn't get him any runs. So he's capable of getting out there and getting it done. Plus, you have to remember last year, even with him having a fit and whatnot, uh, his mental aspect. He had 3 games where he gave up 8 runs within the first 3 innings and got jerked very early and was pissed about it. But he did win 16 games for the Yankees last year. He was third in Major League Baseball in wins, and without his performance, we don't make the series.
plus
Okay,
plus
fair
he was our
enough.
best starter in the playoffs last season. I mean, Cole
I
struggled.
see that Dave
Cole,
has joined us. Give him a shout out. Thank you for supporting the stream and hopping on, brother.
yeah. But yeah, I mean, but to Joe's point, yeah, Rodon doesn't have that problem where like the second something, inning starts to kind of curtail away from him. It takes a minute for him to calm down. But
Exactly.
one of the ways that it can be countered, and this is where Wells can mature more, is Wells can pick up on it and go out to the mound and settle them down. Now, I know that they have limited mound visits now. It's not like the old days. But that was just one of the things I remember Posada was really good at, like, with Wells and the guys he caught.
Well, Gary Sanchez did the same thing. Gary Sanchez damn near ran out to the mound every other pitch. So,
That's true. Yeah,
but
bad reminders.
Rodon is an older player. He is who he is. We've got him for several more years. He has a full no trade clause. We're not going to dump his money. So,
No.
my personal opinion, Rodon has always been a 3-4 starter, and we're expecting him to be a 1-1A 2. And
Well,
your expectations are higher than what he's probably truly capable of giving.
Oh,
right,
without
the
a
last 2
doubt.
seasons. Yeah, the last 2 seasons, we've been expecting him to be our number 2. Now, because with the injury to Cole, he went from number 3 to number 2. And then, but before we got Max Fried, we didn't know what we were going to get exactly from Hill. We weren't expecting Hill to be Rookie of the Year. You know what I mean? Lively arm, but, and then a lot of the other rotation was like young, Schmidt, young. Stroman, he is what he is. But, yeah.
I mean, look, in a perfect world, Rodon is our fourth starter. I mean, you'd have Cole, you have Fried, you have you'll have Rodon, and you have Clark Smith. That was the plan. January and February. Unfortunately, it didn't work out that way, but we're making the best of it. And Max Fried is obviously showing he's a number one. And if we can get anything out of the rest of the guys, which we are, I would love to see a little bit more than 5 innings, but I guess you can't have everything. And hopefully, Gil. Now there was some movement. I don't know if you guys heard this late last night. They were saying that Loizaga actually will throw 2 more batting sessions in Tampa, and then he's going to go on if everything goes well, he goes on assignment. So we're looking probably around the New York Mets series of getting Loizaga possibly back in that bullpen. And that's going to be and that's also going to be huge lift. Where again, if the Yankees starters are only going 5 innings, we just added another quality arm to the bullpen, and it's just going to keep getting better and better, hopefully, because Giancarlo Stanton, I don't think he's coming back before June 1st, from what we're hearing, but you never know. And what a difference this lineup will be. Aaron Boone will have so many different options what to do from 1 to 5. I mean, obviously Judge will stay 2 and 3, but I would love to run through that lineup myself because it should be a lot of fun for him. 1 to 5, 1 to 6 will be like having a party. To be honest with you, Giancarlo Stanton changes a lot of things around, guys. A lot of things.
Oh,
Yeah,
What do
just
you?
remember before Stanton gets here, LeMahieu will be here.
Now you just killed the day, man. We just came off a sweep, and you've got to
What's
mention
what's
LeMahieu, please.
what's the channel called? It's called The Ugly Truth. The Ugly
That is
Truth
the ugly. You're right.
is DJ
hey,
LeMahieu is going to be here, and the Yankees are paying him $15 million a pop, so he is going
yeah,
to be on the roster. As many people want to DFA him or trade him, he's a five and dime guy. He has a full no trade clause, uh, so he's not going anywhere. And you know that
yeah.
with them paying him 15 bills, they're going to try to use him as our starting third baseman until he breaks down. In my personal opinion, DJ was a great baseball player,
Yes.
but injuries have taken his skill set. Time has taken his skill set. He is not the player that he was as an everyday starter. Uh,
Oh, yeah.
in my opinion, uh, DJ is a utility player that should be brought off the bench. Although a $15 million utility player is expensive, he's probably capable of 2 to 3 appearances a week. Uh, Not enough that's going to
Opinion.
where his bat is going to be impactful. And the other thing is when you bring Giancarlo back, What are you going to do with Ben Rice? Ben Rice is not kicking Goldschmidt out of first base. He's not
True.
kicking Walls out from behind the dish. They're not going to play him at third base, obviously. Where are we going to get Ben Rice at bats? Because that young man has been incredible to this point in the season. He is
Right.
one of the highest hard hit
But
rates in baseball, and he doesn't seem to be phased or challenged at any step when he's at the dish.
Well, obviously he's a very young player. He's gonna have we're gonna he's gonna have his ups and downs, no question about it. But yeah, you bring up a good point, Ken. Excellent. It's gonna be a lot. I wouldn't want to be in Aaron Boone's shoes because really, what do you do? If this guy's raking and by that time he's got, let's say, 13 homers and he's still batting a high 280, 290, and the hit rate is ridiculous. Yeah, that's gonna be something. It really will. But I mean, obviously he's gonna be on the team. And you know what? I was playing around during the winter time. I said, well, if Hal is so worried about the 15 million, maybe all the Yankee fans that have all kinds of, that they have season tickets, we can all start a GoFundMe fund, pick up $15 million, give it to Hal, and say, okay, now you could get rid of this guy and open up a roster spot for somebody who's 22, 23 years old. And I'm not kidding about that either. And if you really think about it, guys, he got 15 million back from the Tampa Bay Rays. So what is the problem? I know 15 million is 15 million, but it's not like they throwing it away because they just received 15 million from Tampa Bay. So we call that a wash. If I mean, look, I like DJ LeMayu. Don't get me wrong, guys. I really did. But I am so. If I see another ground ball at third base with a runner on third, I might go through the TV and we may have a big problem because because I can't take the ground ball to third, the pop up to short, or the swing the strike three in three pitches. I can't take it anymore. So to me, it's
Yeah,
worth it. Let's do a podcast on a GoFundMe, raise $15 million, and we'll go to Hal Steinbrenner and say, here, do what you got to do, please, and make the fans happy. I'm tired of nickel and
yeah,
diming, nickel and diming. That's why the Yankees get nowhere. They go to the playoffs and then they fizzle because they don't have the right guns and they get nickel and dime at the trade deadline. Once in a while, they'll pull off something pretty decent, but not always. And
no, they.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But I was just saying they keep betting on resurgence. A Matt Carpenter type resurgence.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, but DJ, I mean that a couple years ago, man, he was the guy you wanted when you had bases loaded or you had
yes,
two men on, second and third. Because he was the machine, RBI machine. Him and Judge but then that hip flexor strain derailed him, and then the big toe or whatever, not the yeah, something with his toe or foot, and then it just kept derailing after that. The whole train just went, yeah, I'm done.
yeah. Well,
so
if you remember, his biggest hit, and I'm sure everybody will agree, you guys will agree with me, was against the Houston Astros in the so-called microphone game of the little runt at second base that the Houston Astros have, and now he's their left fielder. Oh, I had a bad tattoo, so you can't look at my chest, but we won't get into that. We've had enough of that. But that was his last big hit as a Yankee, and then that was it. But listen, I thank him for everything that he's done. Um, but it's really time to move on. If somebody, I mean, look, they had to hold on to Aaron Hicks so long, and we couldn't wait to say, I listen. I volunteered a limousine to go and pick him up and bring him to the airport to get the heck out of here. And the day
Well,
that
guess what,
happens,
Joe?
what?
We're still paying him. He hasn't been here for 3 years, and we're
I
still
know.
paying Hicks's salary.
Well,
Thank
yeah,
God it comes off the books this year.
We're
yeah,
still
but Ken, at least it's better than paying Bobby Bonilla for 38 years.
or
Hey, that's
King
a Mets
Griffey.
deal. All right, I'm
The
bringing up
Reds
a
are still
comment
paying Griffey.
from Paranormal in the Funhouse, just so that you know, I watch all the time. Always quiet, but I love this channel. Keep up the great work. I'll be here watching the rest. Most appreciated, brother. Thank you for the support, and I appreciate the comment.
Great.
Yeah.
Actually,
But like I
DJ
said,
had a game last season that he won for us. He drove in 6 runs, hit a homer. So he has those spurts. Not enough of
Yeah.
them, mind you, for 15 bills, but he had productive value at some point last season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yankees fans, the thing that really freaking drives me nuts is last year DJ started on the IL like he did this year. And everyone was saying, can't wait till DJ gets back. Can't wait. He's going to solidify the infield. He's going to be the bat that he was. He hit 270 in the second half of the previous season. And everyone's like, yeah, we're in for that. And then he shows up and he hits like dog doo-doo. All of a sudden, the fans have turned on a dime, just like they did Aaron Judge last year when Aaron Judge started slow. Oh, Juan Soto's the real captain. They were booing Judge openly in the stadium.
Oh,
The greatest hitter in our modern time getting booed, and the captain being harangued by Yankee fans. And that's what our fans are. They're young.
don't forget the Grish game. Remember?
No.
Against the
Remind me.
Dodgers. At
Oh,
home,
yeah.
and the fans were going, "We want Soto. We want," because Soto was like out for 3 games, and then Grish hits a home run.
Oh yeah. Now, yes, I remember that now. Yeah.
And Judge stepped up and defended Grisham, tore into the fans about it. One of the few times that you've seen him publicly harangue people about their support for the team. And that was one of my earlier videos. Why is it that Yankee fans choose to vilify players on our team, the players that represent our team?
Well, that's simple, Ken. I think that I'm sorry, but that's simple. Season ticket holders do not like losers, and if they're going to be paying, whatever 15,000, 20,000 for their seats, they are not going to put up with it. They're just not going to because the Yankees have one of the highest tickets, here in New York, and they want perfect. They want accountability. That's the way they are. And as a Yankee fan, you have to take it. Either that, or if you don't want to boo and you don't want to see that, don't buy the tickets. Go somewhere else or stay home.
But I'm gonna tell you, Joe, from military training as a freaking leader of hundreds of men going into combat, leadership 101, and Boone gets beat up on this a ton.
Oh yeah.
He never chastises people in public. Well, as a military leader, when I had a screw up working for me, did I tear his head off at quarters in front of the entire crew? No. I took his little butt into my office, and then we had a dance. Nobody that's out here in the media or whatnot knows what's going on in the Yankee clubhouse. They don't know what Boone is saying or doing.
Correct.
He holds
Hey,
people
hey.
accountable in his own way.
No, the
And
fans are very unfair to Aaron Boone. I mean, let's face it. They're very unfair.
I mean, case in point. Remember Gleyber Torres? He was struggling really bad. And at some point in the latter part of the second half, Boone finally sat him down, benched him for a game. And then he came back, and then he was hot like the rest of the way up into the World Series.
Yes.
And I'm bringing up
He
a
started
comment from
hustling
FJ,
every time.
Who cheers a hitter who strikes out with the bases loaded? Well, nobody.
Yeah, but then you got to boo Aaron Judge in playoffs and World Series. I mean,
Yeah.
let's face it, he can't get a pass.
Well,
I mean,
if you remember, if you look back at your history, look at A-Rod's postseason record. In 8 or 9 games, A-Rod was complete 100% garbage.
yes, 100%.
In our World Series championship, A-Rod went off. Everybody remembers him going off and calls him a postseason hero. He was a postseason hero for one series. If Judge gets right in one particular World Series and helps us to the championship,
Then he's God.
then the memories of all his failures in postseason prior will be gone.
Well, I mean, and look what he did even when he was struggling this last postseason. Look what he did against the Guardians. When they actually pitched to him, he hit a homer off of Clase twice,
Yes.
2 games in a
Yes.
row. And then he did hit home run, but then he also had that error in Game 5, in that nightmare of an inning, the 5th inning. But it's like everybody knows that pitchers are pitching away from Judge or carefully nibbling. But it's like his struggles are getting blown out of proportion because of who he is in baseball. You know, Ohtani was struggling too, but nobody was saying a thing.
Bringing up a comment from Mario. Hey, I do support, but I'm ignorant and tired of losing, especially to the Dodgers. I'm an ignorant fan. Well, I don't agree. I don't think you're an ignorant fan whatsoever. I've seen a lot of your commentaries in many, many different streams, and you have a lot of good points. It's my point is we had players like IKF, for instance. He came to the Yankees in a trade. He was a Gold Glove winning third baseman. The Yankees decided that it would be a brilliant idea to play him at shortstop, where he was a miserable failure, playing out of position. Never played him at third base. The following season, the kid just wanted to be a Yankee. He came out, I don't know how many times in front of the press and said, I want to be a Yankee and I will contribute any way I can to help this team win.
Mm-hmm.
He took spots out in the outfield. He had tough at-bats. He was a decent contact hitter, not a home run hitter. But he got booed mercilessly.
Oh, yeah, but I mean,
And his performance in the Bronx, I blame on Yankee management because they freaking didn't play him in the proper positions.
no, and
And
then when they did play him,
the Yankees have done that historically with players.
Yeah, no, you 100% right. I agree. But listen, bottom line is it's winning with Yankee fans. And if they've been waiting since 2009, we've all been waiting since 2009. You're not going to change it no matter what. I mean, listen, Aaron Judge could hit 75 home runs. It's not going to make a difference if the at the end of the day we're not at the end of the dance. It's just not going to be. Yeah, oh great. He hit 75 homers. We're all happy and this and that. At the end of the day, the Yankees still have 27 championships. They're not going to be happy until we get number 28. When the Yankees get 28, it'll all be done. I mean, that's just my opinion, and it's going to be on his head until the Yankees win World Series number 28. Now I know that sounds crazy because I mean we lead another team by like 18 or 19 World Series, but this is it. This and especially now with the prices. They're not gonna. They don't have any. They. There's no patience here. It's time to win. and I'll tell you, the combination of that and the Yankees nickel and diming will not work. Will not work.
But
Yeah, I don't know if you agree with me, but that's the ugly truth.
Bringing up a comment from FJ. Stars have never gotten a pass in this town. Mantle, Rivera, Catfish have all been booed, without doubt.
oh yeah, I mean Jeter
Oh,
got booed.
Mattingly got booed.
Yep.
You know,
um,
yeah,
I think the only one that probably didn't get booed, but he might have, would have been Garrett when he was slumping because of the ALS
right.
but when everyone found out it was the ALS, you know.
Bringing up another comment from Real Bill P. Completely agree with. The most urgent situation that must be addressed immediately is the left on base disease.
Right.
Well, the Yankees are known for that. We all know that. We all know that. Can
All
you
right.
ever get somebody in from third base in less than 2 outs? I would love to. I would love to know in the past 10 years what the percentage rate is. It's got to be less than 20%. If it isn't, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, after Jeter and them retired, and after Hideki, Cashman let Hideki walk away, you know, it went down because Hideki Matsui was like, man. But I mean, yeah, we did still have the struggles even in the Tory era. But you know, Hideki
Well,
and a few other players were clutch in those situations.
I'll tell both you guys that was an outrage because how do you replace like Matsui with Nick Johnson? I mean, are they serious? Are they
Well,
serious?
Matsui was the World Series MVP, and then he was out of a job several months later.
Right.
Right.
But you're gonna replace him with an injured man. Oh yeah, he had a little potential, but he was injured every year. They counted on him. They ended up getting so many different first basemen. I can't even count on one hand because of Nick Johnson. And
Yeah.
and then if you really think about it, every time there's a World Series MVP with the Yankees, the next year they never get a chance to appreciate it here in Yankee
Well,
Stadium. They're either traded or retired.
well, except for a few of them. I mean, Brocious, he still played after the '98 World Series for what? He didn't retire until 2001, so he got a little
Right.
bit of Brocious. And then Jeter, because he won in 2000. But yeah, but outside of that, yeah, you're right. It's like, I
Jim
mean,
Leyritz.
Jim Leyritz, Joe Girardi,
If you want to go back a
uh,
little further, Sparky Lyle.
Sparky Lyle, Bucky
Well, that
Day.
was the goose. The goose came in and chopped his or cooked his goose.
Oh, yes.
Bringing up a
uh,
Dirty Jesus comment. I loved IKF as a Yankee. Was top three in runs scored each season he was there. Very true statement.
yeah.
I'm also
Yes.
bringing
Didn't
up
Chris
a
Chambliss
Mario
get traded?
comment. Is not booing them is letting them know that you are much better than that. Chop with it. I agree.
Oh
Yeah, I
yeah.
mean, there's a fine line. It was like what you were saying about in military leadership and a lot of other jobs. When you remember the effective leaders, like they knew how to have that balance of who do you publicly chastise or when do you get the whole like I remember one time my battery commander, one of them, if we weren't
All right.
sounding motivated or whatever, we were just having or whatever, and we were running halfway through that run, he just said, "All right, stop," halt, and then he made us all half left base, and we were all doing push-ups.
All right.
But
I see
after that
Stephen B
run,
in the background. I'm going to bring him up.
you know, but like I said, after him smoking us for coming out, you know, sloppy during PT, we were, you know,
Welcome,
we got it all
Stephen.
together. So I'm just saying that, like, and that's one of the things with Boone. Boone has a way. He has his own style of balancing with the players, letting the players play, but at the same time trying to, behind closed doors, you know, manage them.
Hey, Stephen. Thank you for coming up, brother.
No
Hope
problem,
Dunkin'
Ken.
Donuts coffee is good.
Oh, I got an iced coffee. It should be good.
Iced coffee. Oh, that's not real coffee, brother. Come on now.
I have to, Ken.
Are you talking
You gotta-
frappe?
Oh, it's just long work hours. Freaking yesterday 6 o'clock from like 7:30 in the morning. It's crazy hours.
Oh,
And then
well, welcome aboard, Stephen. How you doing?
I'm good, Joe. Tired a little bit, but I'm actually having fun listening to the Yankees.
Well, that's the name of the
Do what we
game. We
do.
know that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
And you were talking about Boone and that. It was kind of funny. He never really says anything. When the one time he does, like the audience or like the reporters ask about like the players and stuff, he slipped one time. He's like, "Yeah, Boone actually did that." It's like, wow. I think he's a better leader than we give him credit for, but we don't know what's going on in the locker room either.
Oh yeah, no question, no question. You know, they always have his back. He's got their back. And if you look around the coaches and the managers around the league, you know, it is very refreshing. But he doesn't get the credit because New York is very hostile. And if you don't perform or if you don't bring a championship, it's a failure. And
Oh
and
yeah.
and and you know, and that was instilled with Derek Jeter. The Yankees could have won everything, and I mean, and losing the World Series, boom, it was a failure. The George Steinbrenner instilled that in them. It's not good unless you're the last team standing,
But
and
the things that
it's
you got to remember, George Steinbrenner had an independent shipping business. He had outside income, and when he was the owner, the primary guy for the Yankees, there was nobody in baseball that was an owner that was going to outbid Steinbrenner for anybody.
no,
Hal is not in that same situation. He is probably we make a lot of revenue, but he's also competing against the Dodgers, who have a $400 billion investment group. You look at Steve Cohen, he has got money beyond freaking Jesus. There,
yeah,
there are
Oh yeah.
owners that can compete with the Yankees when it comes to straight salary.
Oh,
George
then
didn't
there's
face penalties for excessive money spent on a payroll. Hal does. They
or
don't
have to
call it a
share.
cap, but it's a modified cap. That's for damn sure because we're over the 301 and we pay a lot of money out in cap or Cohen threshold taxes, as they call it. We give
uh-huh.
up draft positions. We give up international money. So there are things that are definitely different from George's time, and the simple fact of life. Uh, when Hal comes out and says that you don't need to have a $300 million payroll to win a championship, that is a true statement.
No, it's
This
true.
year is genuflecting, where we have brought over the last two seasons a lot of prospect slash rookies to fill our roster, and these guys are talented. Look at Austin Wells last year, Luis Hill, two of the top three rookie of the year candidates. This year, you're bringing Dominguez up. Sitting in the wings, you've got Lombard Jr., you have Spencer Jones, There are a couple of quality pitchers down there that are about to be at the AAA level. You've got Cam
Oh, we got
Schlittler. We have got people that to fill the roster. A lot of fans are crowing that they want us to go out and bring Tucker in this coming off season. Tucker is going to be a $500 million contract without a doubt. 10 years.
Yep.
We bring him
Let's
on
see
board. What do we do with Spencer Jones? Is he now all of a sudden
Right.
trade bait? Somebody that we've invested a lot of time, effort.
somebody
There's
that
a way to manage the payroll, and something that the Yankees have done historically. We've grown in-house talent. Look at the position players that we've had: Derek Jeter, Jorge Posada, Bernie Williams, Don Mattingly. Where have we spent our money at? Rotation, because the Yankees aren't worth a damn at developing starting pitching.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, and then you got to remember Alfonso Soriano. He came, he first broke into the league as a role player, pinch runner. And then he replaced Knobloch in 2001. And
Yeah, we'll be at
and from there, he just took off.
I was waiting for you or this other guy, so we'll go there.
But but like you said, it just
Okay,
it's
perfect.
like Yankees get real impatient. Yankee fans get impatient with the prospects because if they come up and then they don't produce, then we quickly call them a bust. I mean, look at Volpe. When Volpe was struggling, his rookie season, but we were clamoring for Cashman to play, Volpe or Peraza. And then they picked
Like I said,
Volpe.
Yankee fan expectations are very high. Fan expectations are very high, maybe unrealistic at times. I mean, look at Dominguez. Dominguez is one that is shouldering the burden of the Yankee Nation. He came up for 10 games 2 years ago and looked fantastic. Ended up getting hurt. He came back last season and had a very mixed split of playing time. Hit like 179, looked like garbage.
Yeah.
Shifted him to left field where he was not familiar with the position and played badly. Spring training, he's still learning the position. The question that I had is why didn't they send him to winter ball to play left field? But they didn't do that. Over the last 3 games or so, he's taken better routes on the ball. His bat is coming around. He has taken he's had some bad games, mind you, at the plate, but he's had good games too. He's a young prospect and he's learning the position. He's learning how to be a major leaguer, and he will be okay.
Yeah, I gotta
Fans
get
have
going.
to give him the chance and the opportunity. Go ahead, Sean or Steven.
I gotta get going. I'm off the camera. I'll still listen.
I appreciate it, brother.
All right.
I'll text you later, Ken.
Have a good day.
All right.
Yeah,
Have
you
a good
too.
day. But yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate you hopping up and supporting, brother.
No problem.
And then also, I mean, Bellinger's struggling. But to Dominguez's point, I don't think he ever played left field in the minors. And we stuck him out there we just threw him out to the Wolves last season. And the fans, we were already upset with Verdugo's play. Even though his fielding was good. Excellent. So it was kind of like, hey.
The thing with Dominguez is fan expectations are so high with him. When he got brought up on that Little League World Series game, he came to the Bronx, or he came to Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Who did he face? Future Cy Young Award winner Tariq Skubal, a freaking pitching monster. What happened? he got his ass handed to him because you're talking a fantastic pitcher. He didn't play well in left field. That was his first game in the majors playing in left field. He screwed the pooch on a couple of plays. All of a sudden, oh, he's garbage. He's a dumpster fire. Blah, 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 this. Play Verdugo. Everyone hated Verdugo. Didn't hate his defensive play, hated his bat.
Mm-hmm.
We brought
100%.
Doogie in on a cheap trade. Face it, he came cheap to us.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
the Red Sox just
All we
wanted to
had
get
to
rid
do
of him.
But everyone was counting on he was a doubles machine in Boston.
Right.
Hit doubles like a monster. Well, if you ever have sat down and done any analytic analysis on Verdugo, you know where most of his doubles came from?
The monster.
That's right. Bouncing the damn ball off the green monster. Well, when you're hitting into left field at Yankee Stadium, unless you're crushing it, you ain't getting no damn doubles.
Yeah, no, 100. Well, look at Alex Bregman. Look at Alex Bregman. He's having a feast, which we all knew in that ballpark with him hitting those line drives. Oh, he's going to be a doubles machine, an extra base machine if he stays healthy.
Right. But then, but also, I mean, you look at Verdugo, look at his time in LA before he got traded in the Mookie Betts trade he got traded to the Red Sox for Mookie Betts. But he was a guy that was a doubles guy. But, I mean, you look at the spacious outfield in Dodger Stadium, unlike Yankee Stadium. You hit one to the gap. I mean, the only way you get in a double is if you got some speed in Yankee Stadium and you hit it to the gaps in either left center or right center, and you split the outfielders.
Yeah.
I mean,
or you bounce it into the stands.
Honestly, after we lost Juan Soto in the off season, I think that the Yankee front office had a plan set in place to bring Fried in, to bring Bellinger in, to bring Goldschmidt in, and they did what we needed.
Yes.
Solidified defense across the board. If you look at last night's last play of the game, that freaking catch that Bellinger made was spectacular. He was falling down and made that damn catch to basically preserve the win, because if the ball gets past him and bounces off the wall, a run scored, the game's tied. You're giving up an extra base hit.
No question about it. No
I also
question
wouldn't
about
be
it.
surprised if it had been an inside the Parker with how fast those Royals are.
And you look at Goldschmidt's play at first base. Outstanding play. There was a play that Goldschmidt did. He was at first base, and the ball was bounced to the Pasquantino. Goldschmidt takes off running, and he takes an inside track right into the throwing lane of the first baseman. He ends up getting thrown out anyhow, but they couldn't complete the double play off of it.
Yep.
No.
Smart baseball guy. Very smart baseball guy. And people generally watching the game or listening to it wouldn't have picked up on that at all. That's the type of player that you bring in with Goldschmidt.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But
Very high baseball IQ. Very high baseball IQ. Solid hitter. He's a professional hitter. He had an off season last year, and he is a plus defender at first.
No question. No question.
There was a throw. I can't remember who threw the ball, but it was off track, and Goldschmidt ended up going into the foul base territory, shifted feet to complete the out.
It was a Volpe. It was a Volpe throw.
Yeah.
For some reason, Volpe was off balance, and the throw kind of tailed on him, and Goldschmidt bailed out Volpe from an error.
I'm bringing up a FJ comment. The Royals announcers were screaming about the Goldschmidt play. Well, you know what? It didn't get called, and they can freaking kick rocks.
Well, here's the funny thing. Did you see the umps? I almost said refs, but the umps' reaction when the second baseman was trying to complain, hey and the was like laughing, like, hey, he ran, you still completed the play.
Yeah, but they
Sorry,
were
Charlie.
hoping for runners interference and
Right.
the runner at first being called out. And I don't care. Their damn manager can hold his breath and suck his thumb in the dugout. The shit wasn't happening.
No,
Long and
I mean,
short,
cause
you got baseball players that have high IQs. Bellinger may not be hitting well, but his glove isn't broken.
Oh,
And
yeah,
he has saved
definitely.
more than one run. And I tell you what, I love that the Yankees are incorporating Grisham into the lineup this year.
well, I mean,
He is hitting well, and you're not going to find a better glove than him in the game before yesterday. Grisham comes into the game, and he goes hauling butt to center field
first play.
and comes up with the catch that I don't think Bellinger could make.
No, I mean,
Probably
think
not.
about this. Think about this. Grisham, in his career, he's played in bigger ballparks. He's got Gold Glove playing for San Diego, which Petco Field, that center field is like, um, 8, you know what I mean, 1,000 miles, of outfield,
Uh-huh.
and he's got a Gold Glove. So yeah, it's Grisham. Yeah, and I like the way they're doing it, and it's an everyday thing. And I mean, yes, we get mad that we're taking out, but who you gonna take out in the outfield to put Grisham in the defensive substitution? You gonna take out Bellinger, who's a Gold Glover?
No.
No.
Judge.
You're gonna take out Aaron Judge. You're gonna need his bat, and he's an elite outfielder. And runners fear Judge's arm, just like pitchers fear the bat of Aaron Judge.
And just remember, guys, we're kind of lucky because with the Yankees, maneuvering, if they would have gotten Soto back, I guarantee you that $5 million contract of Grisham would be somewhere else. So, in a way, that even helped us even that. So every which way with Soto leaving was a godsend to the New York Yankees and their fans, because if the Yankees wanted a nickel and dime, that $5 million would have came off the cap, no question about it.
Yeah,
So,
and not to mention,
All right, pulling up a comment from Mario. Uh, why did Dominguez not slide at second base?
yeah, that was a boo-boo. That was a mistake. No question about it.
oh
I'm sure Boone and the staff will be talking to him if they already haven't. Hey guys,
yeah,
before
My
you go on any further, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to hop off, Ken. But I wanted to first of all thank you for inviting me. This was a great show, and we're gonna let everybody know about it. No question about it. You guys have been great, Sean. You've been great with everyone. Keep going there because there's going to be a lot of opportunities for fans and all of us to have a good time this whole season. So I want to thank you, and hopefully I'll see you guys a little bit later on.
you're Go ahead and plug
uh,
your channel, Joe.
Well, thank you. New York Yankee Mania. Um, we're going to be on actually pregame today at 5:15 live, and I don't want to talk for him, but I'm hoping that Ken will join us. Sean, I hope you join us, and you guys could Ken, maybe you could give the information to Sean if Sean you're interested in coming on. I'd be more than happy to have you. That would be
yeah.
great. And
Just shoot me
and
a text. You
yes,
got
and
my
thank
number,
you.
right?
Yes, yes, I do. Thank you. But just in case, I just wanted to, tell everybody, really enjoy Ken, and we're gonna plug everybody's channel because we all know one thing: we all love the Yankees, and the more that we grow, the more content, the more people come on, the more it's only gonna make us better and stronger to the New York Yankee fan and baseball fans in general. So, Ken, again, thank you so much for inviting me. And again, great work, your knowledge, and as fans like Sean, we can't go wrong. So, guys, have a great day, and hopefully we'll talk later on. And thanks for promoting my show, Ken.
No worries. Appreciate you coming on board and supporting the channel, Joe.
Have a great day, guys. We'll speak to you later.
Yes, sir.
Okay, have a great day.
You
I'm
too.
going to still listen, though, but unfortunately, I can't stay on.
No
Oh,
problem. No
that's all right.
worries.
No worries.
We're not going to
Have
be
a
on
great
for
day,
much
Joe.
longer anyhow.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm looking very forward to this Tampa Bay series. It's going to be a challenge for us. We're facing off against some really good pitchers from the Rays. Uh, our best matchup is probably going to be Game 4 when we have Freed Max matching up against Ryan Pepiot. His numbers aren't great this season. He's 1-2, has a 4.91 ERA. He does have 24 strikeouts though, so he is a strikeout machine in that realm. And
We might make him
honestly,
look like Nolan Ryan.
the four pitchers that we're facing in Tampa, there's not a left-hander amongst them, so that's a plus. Uh, we don't have a lot of familiarity with any of their pitchers either. So
No,
their best guy, McLean, isn't fully up to speed yet. So good things can happen. Hopefully, the familiarity of George M. Steinbrenner Field and the way our bats are coming alive and the way that our pitching is starting to improve will yield good things for us.
oh yeah, but the key is we gotta stick to that approach that we're gonna have and adjust as the game goes along with what the pitcher throws at us. Because yeah, I mean, if we get away from it and we're just like free swinging the whole time, we're gonna get like, a dozen Ks, and we're gonna make the pitcher look like Nolan Ryan on the mound.
Well, I tell you what, they've got Taj Bradley, 97-mile-an-hour fastball. They've got Shane Baz, 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Even the guy Pepiot, he's got a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. So you're talking high velocity guys that throw with some heat. So
Yeah,
they're actually throwing
Plus they-
close to Nolan Ryan speed.
right. Plus they got Fairbanks in the back end of their pen, so
Yep.
But
like I said, it's Easter weekend. Got a 4-game set. Those that are Catholic have Mass today and tomorrow, so generally those times tie in with the baseball games. Not sure how I'm going to deal with that, but remember tonight's game is being telecast on MLB TV and Amazon Prime. I believe the start time is 7:05. If you can't catch any of the streams, I do not believe that NFE is doing a play-by-play with the strike zone tonight. He said it was a 50-50.
yeah, I'll probably, since I'm here in Florida, I probably got to do the legal stream, or if I want to watch it.
There is Max Coverage TV. Max that does play-by-plays, great job. The Ace Avenue.
Yeah, Ace is the man. NFE's also solid, and Max is good. And then yeah, they're all legit. I mean, you can't go wrong with either of those choices for play-by-play.
And then
games.
for pregame shows, you have pre and post Joe with Yankee Mania, Jason from 161 River Ave always does a post game synopsis of the game. Good stream to go into. You've got Jason Custodio, who has betting. Sometimes pregame, he does late night show. Good content there. NFE generally does a pregame. Not sure if he's doing one tonight. So there's a lot of good content creators out there that you can keep up to date with Yankee information. We're sitting right now at an hour and 25 minutes on this stream, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it short. You got any final words there, Sean?
That I'll just say relax. Let's enjoy what's going on, especially Judge is hitting over 400, 21 ribeyes and 7 home runs, and we're playing good baseball overall. Yes, it can be frustrating with some of the games and different things, but man, it's early season. Teams play us hard, but we're playing hard too. So we'll just and
Judge.
we're still in first
Speaking of
place.
Judge. Well, Bill, bringing up a Bill P note. Thinking about unpacking my channel once again. I'm completely retired from teaching as of next month. Bring it on, brother. You'll have support.
Yeah,
Another fellow Virginian. We've got 4 Yankee content creators in Virginia. They've got me, the Ace Avenue that's in Chesapeake, Mike Mazza from 4 Train Express, who is in Virginia Beach with me, and we have Real Bill, who's in Northern Virginia, I believe. If you have the time, the desire, unpack your stuff. Welcome out. Welcome
yeah.
aboard. Perhaps if you feel like it, we can do some collaborating. You can hop on, or I can hop on yours. Give it good consideration.
But I am one thing though. I am looking forward to probably listening to Dave Sims and Susan Waldman for a whole game. I think I'm gonna actually give that a shot tonight while I'm doing the play by play or participating in the play by plays. Since I'm in Florida and you know how MLB is with the blackouts.
Yep. That's why they have something called VPN.
Yeah, that too. I'll probably get that too. So.
Hats off to you, Real Bill and FJ. I was a long-term substitute teacher at a local middle school, and I was thinking about going for my teaching certification and becoming a teacher. What I found out is I could not deal with parents. I could not deal with students who were disrespectful, and if I couldn't deal with assistant principals that wouldn't support me. So hence, I determined that me going to jail for a homicide was not the way for me to proceed with my life, and decided that teaching was not the adventure for me. I did not have the patience nor the temperament. Although I was an instructor many times in the Navy, but I guess it's different when you're teaching people that are under orders and sort of have to listen to you,
Right.
than a bunch of wild kids.
Yeah. When you're instructing or training someone that's in a disciplined environment, or like the military or law enforcement or even like security, it's different than when you're But even when I'm doing security, when I have to train some people, there's some people I'm like, why are you even? because you act like you don't care. So
Well, I'm going to say thank you for everybody who viewed. If you haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button. Subscribe. I know everybody here is subscribed. There may be somebody listening in the background. If you found value in this content, subscribe. For all the rest of y'all, if you think that your friends out there or people that you know will find value in this content, share the channel out with them. If you have any questions or comments, drop them in the associated thread, and I'll answer them to the best of my ability. Sean, final thought?
my thought is, let's go Yankees, and yeah, guys, just keep liking, hitting the spot, and remember, we're all family here.
Yep. Let's go Yankees. And we're out.